Mama's been hurting, Daddy's been down. Ain't nobody been working since the mill left town. They got two youngins, not 10 years old, with $200 left in his billfold. And a week's worth of groceries is the price of gold when your whole damn country's been bought and sold. Never there's been hard times, it's always made hard folks who could get her to the other side and not let it be all she wrote. I'd love to live to be an old man, but God, you can take me a young one. Just don't let the land I love die so young. Of thee I sing, I've been flying low in my troubled mind. Get to digging me a hole my soul can't climb. It's the end of the world, but nobody knows, 'cause they all just stare at the trash on their phones in a land that's littered with many men's bones who died fighting for somewhere they could call home. Whenever there's been hard times, it's always made hard folks who could get her to the other side and not let it be all she wrote. I'd love to live to be an old man, but God, you can take me a young one. Just don't let the land I love die so young. Of thee I sing,
flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me.
What is going on, Hive? How is everybody doing this evening? All right. We are loud and clear. Are we watching a movie or what? Jesus. It certainly feels like it. And I don't know about you all, but hearing some of the things that were released today, I'm not surprised. But at the same time, I'm shocked. I'm getting sick of that feeling. And I wanted to open the show with a rant, but I'm controlling myself because to sum it up, it's essentially, although Birdie and the Hive, they're the conspiracy theorists. Do you understand that if I wanted to study a court document through and through, I could do it. I could learn the legal language. I'm capable. You guys are capable. Outside of it being relatively boring, and I'm not trying to offend anybody by that, it's a great living. It's usually never as black and white as what the documents say. And seeming how this case is so federally redacted, it's sealed, gag ordered, lies, misinformation, disinformation. A complete narrative war has unfolded. God forbid we ask questions that don't have to do with it and rather have to do with real life, social life. Who was around? Who would frequent the house that's, not in the papers, or what would be a reason for this to occur? It's and as I said, I wasn't going to rant. I just kind of started to, but man. Anyways, nonetheless, welcome to the Hive Mind. If you're new here, this is a contrarian thinking live stream where we are not afraid to think past the headlines. So if you are easily rattled or offended on behalf of others, this is probably not going to be the stream for you. However, if you're feeling like you want to crash out because you're sick of the lies surrounding not just the Idaho 4, but damn near everything when it comes to the headlines, politics, government, the economy, life, who knows? It doesn't matter what side you're on. If you're just sick of being lied to, then this is the stream for you. You found your people. Because I don't know about you all. I'm about up to here with it. I can't do it anymore. It's out of control. And the entire time that I was looking through all the documents today, all I could think was, is anybody surprised? So, anyways, I want to say what's going on to everybody that's hanging out this evening. Jeremy Pearson, good to see you. Teresa, amen to that. DKM, what's going on? Rebecca, absolutely. Yes, you have. All freaking lies is right, Heather. I should have worn my Hulk jersey. Should I go put it on? I feel like there's going to be a crash out tonight. I'm going to be honest. What's up, Mitty Woody? How you doing, 1111? Me either, Luna. Me either. I saw that Criddle sent the super sticker. Thank you so much. And Tina Skull Scar said, hoping Brian is safe until he can appeal all this BS. The families, including Brian's, deserve true justice, and corruption needs bringing out. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you guys both so much. All right. I'm going to go put this, I'm going to go put on the crash out jersey. Give me 30 seconds. Did not expect this, but it's needed. All right. Much better, right? Much, much better. At least now it's fitting. So, anyways, let me continue to say what's up to everybody. Amanda B from West Virginia. How are you doing, Susan? 1, 2, 30 crash out time. 30 seconds. I thought that was, I'm not even going to set myself up for that joke. Enough, Birdie. What's going on, Pandora? Phoenix, I had to switch into the Hulk jersey. How are you doing, Fiona? Yep. Nancy Disgrace. How are you doing, Brooke? Good to see you. Pandora's tuning in from Scotland. Chantilly Lace with the wrestling biatch face. What's going on, Joanne? Mississippi woman. Yo from the Hive Down Under. Chris Harder, how are you doing? UFO dog is ready. Absolutely. Shannon's tuning in from Texas. Candy 420. What's going on? How are you? Blue-eyed Candy. You stay sending the super stickers and super chats. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You rock. How are you doing, Robin? Sinful bitch 420. UK Karen's in the house. Either can I, Big Red. Donna speaks truth. What's going on? Another Hive Down Under. Chelsea's in here. GJG from Canada. Chris 2472 says, let's crash out. Rachel, who lives near the ice ball. Pennsylvania's in the house. That's funny. It's been a while since since I could have kept that going. It's been a while since I've crashed out. Maybe I should make a remix of that song. Where's McSparky? How are you doing, Chris? Halo Art. Stacy, good to see you. North Carolina's in the house. Where's everybody else from? Jacqueline's in Essex in the UK. Cheerio. How are you doing, Tammy? Sparkly Starfish is tuning in from very hot Florida. Big Red, thank you so much for the super sticker. Code, hey. Savvy Roosters at Dark Ritual Coffee Roasters. Again, one of the dopest coffee shop names ever. Washington State, Sherman, Texas. Another Canada. New Zealand. What's going on, Ray? That is a good song. Pennsylvania. I do as well. I love it. I look forward to it every evening. Lily, how are you doing? Peace up. Hey, down. What's going on, ATL Drew? How you doing, man? Michigan. Rockin' Hillbillies from Tennessee. This is where Terry's at. Love it. There are a lot of Texas folks in here, nurtured. Scotland, Alabama, South Carolina, Texas, South Carolina. Hold on. Did that just go? That was like what do they call that? Where it's the same forward as it is backwards? That was weird. That was a glitch. Virginia. Lydia Unhinged says group scream. What was the nickname, Lydia Unhinged, that you said was the weirdest one you ever had? It was like Soggy Bottom or something. GG Era, what's going on? Ever. Columbus, Ohio, Florida, Kansas City. Dina's in the RV in Kansas. I love it. Ohio, Southwest Louisiana, Indy. Shout out to my fellow cheesehead. Hawaii. Carrie's crashing out in Boise. New Mexico, Virginia. Sparky. What is the name? Yeah, it's been a while since I've crashed out. That needs to be I don't know. I feel like giving you creative freedom on that would probably be the best route instead of me trying to sing it right now. Good Troubles in Arizona. Terry's in upstate New York. Sean is in Arkansas. Johnny Lunchbucket's in northern Idaho. Miss Millie Balderdash. Miss Millie Balderdash. Omaha, Nebraska. And April is in the armpit of Texas. Well, thank you all for tuning in this evening. I have a great stream lined up for you all. And after last night and getting back to the core principle of what the hive mind is, which is the chat, I don't know about you all, but last night the time flew, and I look forward to continuing to do that while the streams are going to continue to progress as they typically would, as the show would go through a series of a progression of me saying what's up to everybody. It used to be the Discord question of the day. I got a couple of things where I'm going to change it up throughout the week to keep you guys on your toes. We're going to do hive mind finds. That's a staple. We will never get rid of those. And then rather than me go into just a theory that could be a video, it's going to be a hive mind theory where the chat will continue to stay a part of the stream. You guys are what makes this great. I'm just lucky enough and honored to be in the driver's seat each evening. So this is going to, wait, what happened here? Why isn't it clicking? I do not know why. Hang on. There we go. All right. So this is last night we did the hive mind trigger. Tonight we're going to do what I'm calling a hive sync. My goal is that this is not easy the first time we all do this. We have over 700 people in here right now tuning in. The hive is going to have 1 minute. Tonight's topic is the Idaho 4. I'll change these up. But the chat has 1 minute to decide on the same word that everybody will essentially spam the chat on. Does that make sense? So I'm not going to give any clues. The topic is Idaho 4. Every single person that sends something into the chat, it has to be the same word from every person within a minute. Does that make sense? Type a 1 if that makes sense, and then I will begin the countdown. Show everybody what a hive mind can do. Well, you guys can't start it now. No. Stop. All right, you guys are ready? Here we go. Hive sync topic, Idaho 4. Good luck. And I don't have any background music. So it's like elevator music. Do, 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 do. I'm curious. Oh, UFO Dog's throwing 69 in there. You guys got to teamwork, Hive. Come on, teamwork. Oh, man, this is going to be close. How many people are just like gripping their phone, typing the same word over and over again? I got to add music the next time that I do this. All right. Well, 0 for 1. It's not a bad thing. I was hoping that this was not going to be something that was very easy. And what I'm going to do now is when and if this happens within 10 tries. So the Hive has 10 tries to get this right. There's no communicating backstage in the Discord or anywhere else on any other platforms. There's no cheating. I will let you all pick whatever it is that I have to do if within 10 times of doing this, you guys are able to sync up and all type the same word in the chat. So I actually am curious as to what some of those ideas would be. I might have to retract that statement depending on what it is. It has to be within reason. Detective Mowry, you got to stop with the mom shows, bro. It's harder to type corruption than sheath. Oh, there might be some people behind. Shave the beard. Oh, Court. I don't want to. See, that would be a reasonable one. There must be a couple people behind, clearly, as the chat is still going. Okay, well, let's we'll come back to this question. Somebody remind me at the end of this stream to figure out what if we're able to all sync up on one word before the end of 10 tries doing this, what I would have to do. I don't like the shave the beard idea. I had to wait damn near 25 years for this thing to come in. Oh, see, I would get a hive tattoo. I would do that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I saw some super chats coming in. Constance says, Birdie, this is like voting for a pope. Sherry, thank you so much. And Candy 420, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Gigi, or is it Giggy? Gigi or Giggy? Error. Thank you so much for the super chats. That was fun. I got a couple other ones. No. Dawn, I can't. I got no more left. A hive face tattoo. Wow. Dye my hair pink, Amanda B. Okay. Okay, no. Reasonable. See, Detective Mallory, I knew you had a reasonable comment in you. No, I'm not going to tattoo my face. There's zero chance of that. Tinfoil hat tattoo. Face tattoo, reasonable. Dye the beard pink, Christ. I got to live with that forever. You realize that, Halo Art. Oh my God. Maybe devil's advocates. He's already got the lipstick on. Who knows? That's hilarious. Well, oh, see, that could be a good one, Davina. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Oh my God, Ricky Thetford, I am not. There is zero chance. No way. Okay. And Cute Lashes keep saying hornet's nest. See, it's like the person who typed sheath last night, exposing my speech impediment. Oh, that could be a lot of fun. Should me and DA do a Hot Wings episode? That could be hilarious. Get 1111 tattooed. That's a reasonable one. At least I could explain that one. Call Kohberger on air. That could be a good one. Well, I'll continue to do this. And as they progress, and the topics are going to change too. So each topic, every time we do the Hive Sync, will be different. So ideally, it stays just as difficult to do so. Change my name to Birdie with the RBF. SC. How fast was or how hard was everybody like gripping their phone, just like clenching their teeth, like psyop? Sheath. All right. Well, let's move on to the hive mind finds. Now, this first one, this is part 1 of 2 from Uncle Daddy Brother. I always think the closed captions are a little bit odd just from like editing myself in the streams. They're not always accurate. However, this is pretty weird. This is very weird. And Sergeant Gunderson to Dylan, okay, when I overheard you talking last night, and it comes up on the closed captions. So I have part 2 here, which is the video. And thank you, Uncle Daddy Brother, for providing the timestamp for this. Let me pull this up in YouTube. What was the time? It was 15:19. All right. You got to turn on the closed captions.
Scared, like, can you guys come help us? And that's always so I pulled us out to the window. That man right there, that helped show you around.
There did go in there.
Yeah, and that's when he told us he needed to call the cops right now.
Do you mind just waiting over there for me, please? Okay. Now I overheard you talking about last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. He actually says that. What? Hang on. What does that mean? Did you guys hear that the same way that I did? He actually says that.
Do you mind just waiting over there for me, please? Okay. Now I overheard you talking about last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, about last night. Okay. Okay. Probably to the friends. What up, Sherlock? You missed the first ever Hive sync where people are telling me to either shave my hair, dye my beard pink, or get a Prince Henry or Harry, whatever that is. I feel like calling Brian Kohberger trying to might be more reasonable. But I do think that he says about last night. Yeah. I agree with that for people in the chat saying it that.
Okay. Now I overheard you talking about last night.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to, the more we know right now, the better. We can start this process.
Yeah.
Somebody will probably be revisiting this interview.
You know what's so funny about this entire thing is, yes, the closed caption did miss the word about, from my opinion. You can kind of hear him either mumble it, but he goes into the more detail, the better, so that we can start to process this. They don't go into any detail at all. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Is that why you're thinking it's blurred out, Les? I don't know. So Ryan and Les, are you guys saying that? I just want to make sure I'm understanding what the Hive is saying. Is that blurred because of a bruise? Or am I misunderstanding what you guys are trying to say? I'll play it again. To be honest, does anybody just want to kind of, we have some hive mind finds. Does anybody want to watch the beginning of this again? Part of me is wanting to. Type of 1 if yes, type of 2 if you're over it and you don't want to see this shit anymore. Either way, I'm fine. But I've only ever watched this full thing 2 or 3 times. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, there's a lot of ones. All right. Not the entirety of it. We are not going to watch the entirety of it. We're going to watch from when dude gets out of the car and goes in. Okay. UFO dog, you can't type 69 every time.
Where's she at? Yep. Where's she at? Where's she at?
Yes.
Also, there are things that even just within the first 5 seconds of now watching this for the first time or for the third time, my bad. That was a very calm. He'll show you. He'll show you. Maybe that's just me. Oh, wait. Oh, that is blurred. That is blurred, Sherlock. I'll try to pause it. Oh, I fucking missed it. Damn. Oh, I'm blocking it now. Damn it. All right, hang on. I just moved myself here. Look at that. It is blurred. Why would that be? And I understand that they are trying to blur stuff out, but why would that be blurred before the dude even steps out of the police car? What is in the dumpster? And I'm sorry, but that has to be like an 8-foot tall person if they're saying that somebody is saying that they're blurring someone's face here. It looks like a garbage can that would be blurred. Oh my God. I wonder if it's a camera on the building behind it. That is genius, blue-eyed candy. Yes. I wonder if that's it. I wonder if there's a camera. Phoenix is saying evidence. Someone in the window is what 1111 said. Gretchen said, oh, I posted something in the tinfoil hat Discord about an experiment regarding hive minds. Okay. I will check it out. I'll write it down right now. It's got to be a camera. And is there a door right here? See, but then it goes, that it's just a garbage bag. It unblurs. Do you know what I mean? Okay, hang on. Hive, I did not expect this, but we're going to do something quick. I just screen grabbed this. Does that kind of look like it's something's hanging down underneath like the soffit in the gutter? I mean, this is what was blurred. But doesn't This is not sitting on the trash. Great call, Phoenix. Let's start at 2019. It's always hard for me to pick out. Like, the trees are so lush. This is blurred back to 2019. It doesn't even let you do that. Why? Why would 2019 be blurred out? $2015? Do any cameras does anybody know what year would let you go down? Okay. Am I tripping or is this the same car? So you're telling me that they've just replaced every single year with the same photo? This is now 2003. Yeah, they're dude, come on. They really did that. They really did that. They replaced every single year with the same photo. I mean, I'm back in 2003. See, this is what I'm trying to say. When everything that came out today, everything that has come out in general, it bothers me because you want to know what someone's going to say? Someone's going to say, Birdie, that's irrelevant. They're doing this to protect X, Y, or Z. Bullshit. They've been doing this with everything. I'm sorry, but you can pull up, dude, I don't know who has like an X account or a Reddit account and actually uses it. You will see some graphic, unredacted, not blurred out shit on all of that. All of that. Crimes, shootings, stabbings. All of the time. We can't see a damn road and a house. Are you kidding me? This makes zero sense. That is not a conspiracy. And anybody that thinks that, oh, we're off our rockers for thinking that, I think you're simple-minded. It's the whole book smart, street smart dichotomy. Most people that are street smart, quote, right, open-minded, they, I guess I can only speak for myself. It's not that I'm not smart. I'm very humbly saying, like, I feel like I'm very smart. And I did do really well in school. But I wasn't interested in learning that stuff. Very like, I don't know if the open-mindedness comes from being more of a creative person. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody by saying that. And also, if you're disrespected by it, I guess maybe you're internalizing it because I'm talking about myself. That's how I view it. But this to me is very weird. Exactly, Wicca Wicca. This is why I don't believe the timeline at all. I don't know if you're insulting me, Chris. That's like I think I said this when Lana was on stream. She had posted something like, "Hey, as a reminder, I'm going to be on Birdie's show tonight," and somebody said, "Oh, thank God, somebody's going to be there to keep the truth flowing." And I was like, "I'm not sure if you're trying to insult me, but here's a trophy. We can call it the think you're doing the most when you're really doing the least award." And I don't understand that. What does that mean? Keep the truth flowing. Does anybody know the truth? Again, this is not disrespectful to people that are looking at this case literally. I don't believe that this case was ever meant to be looked at literally. Ever. I don't think that anybody was going to be able to figure this out from the court documents because we haven't even gotten all of the reports. There are things that are redacted. How could you look at these things on paper and not think to yourself, maybe going to social media could help me understand this better? And then, whoa, you go to social media and holy hell, there's a ton of stuff that you figure out. You're not ever going to see these names in the court documents. Exactly. That's what's so confusing, Robin, is why is it that when you stretch your brain just a little bit, and Les, you said, thank you for the super chat. What about the dude who drove by with bandages on his hands? I think that it's likely that DM would have formed a bruise that quickly. Are you talking about the car in the body cam? Like the silver car where the dude drives by, he drives up, and he says he's going to his buddy's house or he's picking his friend up. Taylor, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, you go, oops, I was supposed to put a comment. Isn't there a second body cam footage that came out? If so, can we watch together? Is there? Am I drawing a complete blank right now? Is there, Hive? Yeah, he drives back with no one in the car. You heard Lana talking about it today. And Gabby says, tell us who you think did this. Well, let's open that one up to the Hive as well, and I can share my thoughts. Hive, type out who you guys think committed this crime. And Gabby, I can tell you with 100%, I know that it's not Brian Kohberger. I think this was a small group of people. I do believe that there was a reason that Ann Taylor had 4 suspects or 4 alt perps that she listed. I believe that there's a really good chance there were people there and involved. As to who actually killed them, I don't know. I can give you, a handful of names that have been odd, but I would ultimately sum up who do I think did this as far as putting the hit out. I would say it was see, this is where it's like people don't talk about this enough. I think there may be a chance that like the church and the area Knights are like this. And I know that sounds effing nuts, but I've been trying to kind of combine okay, all of these theories with the people that may have done it. They all have some legs to it. What if they all had a say in it? Like a territory, like a shared territory. I don't know. But thank you to everybody that did send a super chat. I appreciate that. I'll put up some answers now here on who everybody thinks that it is. Pandora says David L. Caleb Lee says the KKK church. Shelly says the rug trafficking dealers. Chrissy says that Joe V is affiliated with that. MPD, Dylan, Frats, Jack, Frat Boys, Nan, drug retaliation. I would agree with that. That's a huge bombshell, too, by the way. Huge bombshell. I mean, see, this is what I mean by like, we are watching a movie. You know, I'm going to be honest. I got stuck at work longer than I wanted to today. I don't know if people in the Hive are going to hate this or love it. But at the end of the day, while I value everybody's input, I have to also stay true to my own mind, because if I don't look into something for the stream, I'm probably not going to have the time to look into it in general. There's a lot of people that have talked about this whole Q thing and watching a movie and like a future proves past and think mirror and script. And I'm not saying that that is what it is, but with all of the theories that we've gone through in the Hive, we have never gone through that. I mean, I got next to Sloan Bella being outside of like normal stuff you'd get about the frats or the grub truck. Sloan Bella and Q were the next, like right underneath it, like psychic or that. I don't know if people would find that interesting. I've never looked into it, but I don't know what I'll find. But regardless, thank you to Uncle, Daddy, Brother for submitting that. All right. Now, I don't know if anybody's read this People magazine. I have not. Most times whenever I get sent an article that I feel like is going to be interesting, I try to wait until I'm on stream to actually read it and react. But this was put out today or yesterday by People magazine. It says Brian Kohberger is diagnosed with 4 mental health disorders. He reveals in handwritten guilty plea. So let's go ahead and check this out. Let's see what this all right. Questions regarding ability to enter plea. Do you read and write English? Yes. What is your true and legal name? Brian C. Kohberger. What is the highest grade of school you completed? Master's level. Did he complete master's level? I know, again, I'm combing through this with a fine-tooth comb here, but wouldn't the last grade of school that he completed? Oh, no, he was going for PhD. Never mind. Yes. I was mixing those up. I was mixing that up. Yep, that's exactly right. See, that's how you know I never went for my master's or PhD. It says, are you currently under the care of a mental health professional? No. Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental health disorder? Yes. If so, what was the diagnosis and when was it made? And it says February of 2025. Autism. What is that C word? Autism. Oh, level 1. OCD, ADHD, ARFID. What is ARFID? Food aversion? Oh. It's a mental health and eating disorder diagnosis recognized in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Unlike anorexia or bulimia, ARFID isn't about body image, weight loss, or appearance. Instead, it's driven by other factors that cause a person to severely limit what and how much they eat. Picky eating, sensory sensitivities, fear of consequences, lack of interest. Okay. And what is autism level 1? It says level 1 is the mildest form of autism on the DSM-5 scale, which has 3 levels. People at this level require support but can often function independently in many areas of life. The challenges usually show up they show up most in social communication and behavioral flexibility. Sounds like exactly what everyone's been saying. I don't know if that level 1 was released. Was the level 1 aspect ever actually mentioned? I feel like there's so much information that I took in on this that I can't remember. It was. Okay. All right. Okay. Are you currently prescribed any meds? Yes. If so, what medications are you taking? Levothyroxine. What is levo? What is this taken for? Oh, MCG. Shoot. Thyroid. Jeez, I don't even need ChatGPT. You guys are on it faster than this, or faster than ChatGPT is. Is it common for 25 to 30-year-old men to need this? So Kohberger's got hypothyroidism. It's much more common in women, especially after age 40. In men, it's relatively uncommon. It suggests that less than 1% of men that age have clinically significant hypothyroidism. That said, doctors do see cases in younger men, often linked to would ASD and AR, was it ARIFD? Can't remember all these acronyms. ARFID. It does not directly cause hypothyroidism or the need for, I'm probably butchering the name, levothyroxine. Direct cause, no. It was 100 mcg. Is 100 mcg needed if vegan? No. So that drug replaces the thyroid hormone. A vegan diet doesn't shut down the thyroid, but it can affect thyroid health if certain nutrients are missing. Does anybody know how long Kohberger technically was vegan for? Because I feel like I could see like long term. Maybe that's since he got on it in prison. Why do you think if you had to guess based on this that Brian Kohberger is on this med, is it a high or low dose? Does this make sense for gender, age, weight, etc.? And I'll take a screenshot of this. 1 second. But I guess I'm curious, like, that seems like a very odd drug unless there's an off-label use. Probably autoimmune. Hashimoto's disease, that's the most likely common cause in adults, including younger ones. Restrictive eating can cause nutrient deficiencies, which I feel like is obvious, like iodine. They have a slight people with ASD, ADHD, OCD, and neurodevelopmental conditions have a slightly higher risk. Brian being on levo, I can't even say it. I'm going to stop trying to say it. On that med suggests a genuine hypothyroid condition, probably autoimmune Hashimoto's or long-term underactive thyroid. The dose is normal and appropriate for a young adult male of average build. His AR, FID, and ASD don't directly cause this, but they could contribute indirectly through autoimmunity or nutrition gaps. Now, I'm just curious, out of curiosity, is there a popular off-label use for people like Brian? All right. Doesn't really sound like it. All right. What you need to know. Brian Kohberger wrote in a June court filing that he was diagnosed with 4 mental health disorders in February 2025. He said that he had been diagnosed with autism level 1, OCD, ADHD, and the eating disorder ARFID. I guess I could have just read this damn thing. Kohberger also wrote that he was taking prescription medication to treat his hypothyroidism. Wow. All of that, and I could have just scrolled down. But do you guys think that all of these diagnoses were in February of 2025? Or do you think that it was because I feel like we've been hearing about that longer than February. Brian Kohberger revealed that he was diagnosed just a few months before he confessed. In a June court filing obtained by People, Kohberger wrote he was diagnosed. All 4 were made by. Okay. Kohberger did not try and claim he was not of sound mind because of any of these 4 diagnoses as it pertained to entering his guilty plea to the 4 charges of murder. He also wrote in the filing that he was aware of the fact that if the judge accepted his plea, he would likely be sentenced to serve 4 lifetimes in prison along with an additional 10 years on burglary. I've never understood the burglary. I mean, dude, MK Ultra is real. Two minutes, 20 seconds. arrows appear in the sky? Oh, shit. What is that? Are you guys seeing that? Right here. Look at the top of the screen a little bit to the left. You'll see my cursor. No, I'm not saying BK is MK Ultra. He did look very odd in the sentencing, though. Lifeless, almost. Lights are on, nobody's home. And his hand. Satellites. That's what KG says. So this says the arrows you see at the upper left near the roof line are actually part of the video player overlay, not the physical environment. They're typical of body cam and dash cam review software, YouTube video editing software, or timestamp/evidence. In short, the arrows are digital overlays from the video player or export software. Why would we only see them in this frame? Ha! Look at number 2. Wow. Because I'm sure this is just a momentary glitch, or it was an editing artifact. If the footage was clipped, paused, or scrubbed during editing, that frame might have caught the overlay from the editor or player, like fast forward, skip, back arrows, or annotation markers that wasn't visible in the continuous playback. Ha! Wow. That's crazy. And would the giveaway to AI manipulation or editing original video be the officer's hands looking the way they do? Oh. Motion blur. I mean, this was taken at 0.5 speed. However, the arrows in combination with the hands glitching and changing colors points to what most likely? Digital artifact, not something naturally in the scene. Imagine that. The hands changing color usually comes from variable compression blocks. The code tries to guess the color of the skin under motion and lighting shifts. One of these by itself might be explainable, but all three at once means the footage is not a clean original export. It's almost certainly a second generation copy, meaning that it's been screen recorded, slowed down, and re-encoded, or possibly tampered or AI processed if the glitches persist across multiple frames. So the most likely explanation is that this is an edited or exported copy of the footage, not the original. Exactly. And to everybody that if you watch this, it's so funny. Like, how many things can you say this is normal for? I'm going to the Discord now. Where is it in the Hive Mind Finds? Jesus, hang on. Uncle Daddy Brother's picture just showed up for the first picture I just saw. Idaho 4 case chat, maybe. Put it in the Hive Mind Finds. And Dawn, or anybody that knows Discord, how can I turn the damn noises off? The ding, the dink. I've looked and searched far and wide. How do I do that? Oh. In the most recent chat. Can somebody find what Sherlock posted and put it in the Hive Mind Finds, please? Let's see what else we catch. I can't even listen to it. It just all looks glitchy.
Oh shit. Yep. Oh shit.
Luna tagged me in it. Okay. One second. Let me get the other ones. Can you guys hear the Discord messages going off or no? All right. Somebody. Okay, that's crazy. So you're telling me that nobody added these in? Wow. That's remarkable. Well, what's comical about it? Is this normal? I don't know what's funny. Like, what is this? As a video editor, I'm genuinely curious. Jeff H, what's so funny about asking what these arrows are? I mean, sorry that we're all not privy to being a video editor of 30 years, but like, what is that? I've edited tons of videos. I've never seen that in my life. I've never seen random arrows for that. Okay, so compression, export, software overlay. The arrows give it away. This is almost certainly not untouched or raw footage. What would someone be doing to footage if those show up? Editing or splicing? Yikes. Yes. It says, do you want me to break this down into a forensic chain of custody perspective? What it would mean in a court if a defense attorney argued this video isn't the raw footage? So the authenticity and integrity. The claim is that this is not raw. Any sign of overlays, meaning the visible arrows, very visible arrows, like AI-like glitches or color shifts, creates doubt that the video is an untouched file. The defense could argue the integrity of evidence was compromised. Chain of custody. Body cam evidence must be preserved exactly as recorded with a clear log of who handled it and when. If the video shows editing artifacts, a defense lawyer can question whether the proper chain of custody was broken. Imagine that. Is that the first time that we've heard chain of custody argued? And again, the defense doesn't need to prove reason or prove tampering. It needs to only prove reasonable doubt. The arrows appearing in the hands glitching equal multiple opportunities to argue this was manipulated or corrupted. A forensic video expert could be brought in to say. So then I don't know if I missed it. What would who did I just have on the screen? Jeff H, yes. Right? Yeah. Jeff H. You can play our expert witness testimony. 30-year expert. What would a forensic video expert brought in to say? Bottom line, if these kind of glitches show up, it gives the defense a powerful narrative. I am curious. Oh, wait. Jeff. Is that the same Jeff H from is that the same profile picture? Jeff H is Dylan? How am I just now seeing that? It's the same picture. It doesn't really change the fact that it's not a serious question. I mean, if you've edited videos for 30 years, and obviously then, yeah, the footage that we were watching was. Oh, see, now I need to get my tinfoil hat on, Jeff. People are saying that you're a local and you're the one putting this footage out. I'm just playing. Or am I? What is your unbiased AI opinion on those. If I had to give the jury in one sentence, if I had to give it to the jury in one sentence, it would be: this video is not an untouched original recording. The overlays and glitches show it's been digitally altered in some way, whether by sloppy exporting or intentional editing. And then what was the photo on the right sent for? To show that there's not arrows? All right. Well, let's move on to the next hive mind find. This is actually from Luna Bliss. Luna had said, does anyone remember the 2022 post from 4chan that had some coordinates to a random location? Well, a user in the Idaho 4 Reddit recently drove to them and posted their findings, thought it was cool. Someone finally followed up on it. And I grabbed this screenshot too from the Discord. It said, flowers, leaves, and butterflies. Here is a sight to soothe your eyes. A mini forest outside your home. You might even find a gnome. They're different coordinates. Hive, what are the theories? Is this where the knife is at? What would that be for? It feels weird having silence waiting for the chat to catch up. I agree, Essie. Not a damn one has solved this case. I vote Beck goes and looks. Yeah, what if this is like, does this have the body of a Hyundai Elantra? Kind of joking, kind of serious. Get the fuck out of here. Has anybody else thought that that's weird? That's pretty weird. Are any of those makes or models referred to as gnomes? 1 second, Hive. If you guys hear that noise, that's the screenshotting tool. It's like ding. So I said, interpret this with pattern recognition and give yourself a prompt to find the top 5 likely conclusions and then the top 5 conspiracy conclusions. The top 5 likely is a geocache or scavenger hunt clue. The riddle fits the format of ARGs or geocaching puzzles. It's an anonymous user leaving a cryptic memorial marker. So these are grounded conclusions. Photography or location based, trolling or attention seeking, misdirection during the Idaho 4. Gnome is a coded reference, could mean a car or a person online as gnome. Might be shorthand for surveillance asset or undercover vehicles. Location drops. Flowers, butterflies, and gnomes are classic symbolic terms in both esoteric groups. Coded ARG writing could indicate layered meaning, testing the audience response, staged misinformation. This is most likely someone posting coordinates in and clues in a scavenger hunt. Let's map these out. I did not, intend for this to be a live dig, but I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are. It's always interesting to see what we dive into randomly. Like I said, the hive is going to be kept on its toes. This location responds to a field in the Moscow area. It's not a river or major landmark. It's a literal geocache or hidden marker, cryptic memorial or tribute, trolling or synonymous puzzle. Well, that's interesting, Luna Bliss, for sure. And now this also comes from Luna. It says YouTube question and or theory. We are finding out that the DNA under Maddie's nails was an American Indian male and female DNA. Could these people be the DoorDasher and her husband? We know the husband was killed right in front of her. Who was her husband? There's been a remark, quote, "You left your calling card." Was the calling card the DoorDash bag? It's right in front of us, and it seems odd the way Xana's name is on the bag. Was Xana the target? Could the driver have dropped off someone? She's there in the area for 15 minutes or so. Was this a cover up for waiting for the murders to happen? Then they leave. DoorDash arrives after Rosie was there. We are finding out that multiple people were there, but to what capacity? I don't know. Just thinking out loud today, sometimes things are right in front of us. We interpret wrong or dismiss it. I would be curious. Has anyone ever left a DoorDash order / fast food bag as a, quote, calling card in a hit murder? It says there's no real world cases. All right, I got to use a different bot for this one. Dude, I'm telling you, the normal chat GPT is mainstream. That shit's been, it's mainstream. You got to use different chat GPTs. So the pattern, DoorDash or Uber Eats driver arrives, then violence. There are a few disturbing cases where a delivery driver shows up right before or during a murder. Sometimes the food isn't even touched. The delivery may act as a distraction to get the victim to come to the door, a signal for someone else waiting nearby, a calling card, or a cover operation. Alleged groups or entities involved. Let's break it down by possibilities. We're not saying this is proven. And obviously, I'm being very open. This is just, an AI bot. I don't know of anybody who's thought of that until who said that in the chat. I want to put their comment on screen. That's a top dog comment right there. The alleged groups or entities involved are cartel-linked hit squads, especially in border towns like big city like LA, Houston, or Miami. DoorDash orders sent to the victim's address as a distraction before the hit. There's speculation that fake accounts are used to track movement or deliver the final warning. Wow. That's crazy. Organized crime cells. Some believe that delivery drivers can be informants or set up men. That was from Gamble. Good job, Gamble. Occult linked symbolism freaks. Some theories say in certain rituals or revenge killings, they leave symbols, including a sealed, untouched bag of fast food at the scene. Fast food is modern ablation. This is the fringe of the fringe. But even between serial killers like Zodiac or BTA, they left strange tokens. Wouldn't you think that Idaho 4 would pop up on this? All right. Now, look into this specifically regarding the Idaho 4 case and Molly, the DoorDash driver. Okay, so DoorDash delivery is made to Zana at approximately 4 a.m. Police confirmed this in their PCA. They even cleared the DoorDash driver. But hold on, something doesn't add up. The timing of the delivery that had, geez, I can't talk. The delivery came minutes before investigators believed the murders occurred. You're telling me a random food delivery just coincidentally happened in the exact murder window? Highly unlikely. That is a tactical delivery window. Molly was never publicly identified. Boom. Despite being one of the last known people to interact with the victim, no interview. There's only body cam footage, no footage, no public statement. All we ever get is she was ruled out. Who would rule her out based on what evidence? Who placed a DoorDash order? Here's where it gets conspiratorial and serious.
Please retrieve your nearest tinfoil hat. Place hat firmly on your head.
Some believe Molly was sent to confirm the target was home, knock or ring and see who was awake, possibly even unlock the door. If it was rigged to a smart lock or left ajar, her presence may have signaled all clear. If this is true, it would imply multiple actors, and Brian Kohberger might just be the fall guy. The order was a decoy. I'm going to say this. Line it up with the official story and tell me your unbiased thoughts as to who or why, as to who she is working with, or as to why she is choosing to do it. Let's fact check as we go. Is Molly only named once in the affidavit? Is that a fact that it's only one time? I mean, there's too many coincidences in this case. It's too messy yet too clean. It's too easily explained with minimal investigation, is how I would sum it up. All right. It says unbiased analysis. Scenario 1, innocent driver unwittingly part of the timeline. Hive, what are we thinking about that one? She's a real DoorDash driver. It was legit placed by Xana. Wrong place, wrong time. Cops verified her identity, GPS, delivery data, and ruled her out. The pros, clean and simple explanation supported by tech data. The cons, doesn't explain the incredibly tight overlap. Doesn't also explain the total media blackout. Yeah, some bullshit. Thumbs down. Wasn't she booked under a false name? Oh, see, this is the type of stuff. Where did that just go? Texas mess. See, that's the type of stuff that I geek out on. I don't care if it sounds stupid to people. That shit, to me, that's a great thought. That's a top dog thought. Who knows? Probably not. But it's very clever. I think, whatever. That's what this is for, too. It's just thinking out loud. So people would be like, check in the box and then check. No, I don't. I was just about to be like, I don't want to be friends with those people, but I don't think I could be. I don't think they could probably handle the way that my brain works. Right? Like, it doesn't mean it's wrong. That's a very clever thought. Scenario 2, Molly was used as surveillance. She may be tied to law enforcement, FBI, or even an informant program. Uses the DoorDash job as a cover, sent to confirm Xana was home and awake, possibly part of a larger operation. Huh. This is what just drives me up a wall. She's a handler or a lookout, or Molly doesn't exist. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is what I mean. Like, how much longer can this go on? I don't know if I have any more. Oh, there we go. So ultimately, there's how do I say this? Personally, this is just my own opinion. I believe that we are far past a red pill, blue pill moment in this case. I think we are far past it. I truly believe that if you believe that Brian Kohberger acted alone and that the timeline is accurate and that these court documents in the way that the news has spun them is accurate, it's one of two things. You either have not listened to anything but the news, or you're just choosing to ignore blatant inconsistencies, holes in the narrative, and this magic combination of words that forms the sentence reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt. Proven beyond a belief. So that's where I stand on it. So I believe that most people in here are red pilled, but it's interesting because I've said this in the past. This case is a very obvious divider in red pill and blue pill, not just with true crime. It's almost in the entirety of life. The same people that their spidey senses went off, their bullshit meters redlined, they're the same people in other aspects that it does the same thing. And the same people that are just head in the sand, take everything at face value, always believe the government as their dad, never question it. Shame on you if you do. They get offended if they're called a conspiracy theorist. They get offended if they're called a name that goes against the truth. Well, F that. There's a giant part of me that is really, really, really just not able to wrap my head around why do people choose to be compliant in obvious wrongdoings. And I believe that if you are compliant, you are complicit when it's very obvious wrongdoings in public. I truly believe that. You don't have to go out and march and protest. You don't have to go out and, quit your job and pursue, proving Brian Kohberger's innocence full time. It doesn't even have to be this case, but just try to learn. It is okay to be done with school and continue your education. And I don't even mean going back to school. I don't mean paying for education. You can learn anything that you want with the internet, with AI. It's the easiest that it's ever been to consume information and learn. I would challenge people in the Hive to continue to learn. I never want to be the person that is outdated with technology and doesn't know how to keep up with what my grandkids are doing. And, for better or worse, there's about a generation and a half that they got blindsided by it. They got blindsided by this wave of technology, social media, AI. And if you miss the bus on the first go around with the internet, or if you miss the bus with the first go around on a smartphone and you're still trying to catch up, it's like, good luck. You can apply that exact same thing to the news, because if you miss the bus on those, if you miss the bus on the internet, on social media, on smartphones, there's a really good chance that you missed the bus on sources that are not mainstream. You missed the bus on independent journalists, citizen journalists who are just seeking the truth. They're not doing it for a monetary gain. They're literally just sick and tired of the system having their way with us. So, anyways, that is about as much of a rant that I will go on. Hive, I've really enjoyed the last two nights being more engaged with the chat. I hope you all have as well. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be doing, instead of, quote, coffee with Birdie, it'll be like a brunch with Birdie. It'll be at 10 a.m. live tomorrow morning. I like the Friday morning lives. 10 a.m. Central. I will be back on. And to everybody that did tune in this evening, thank you so much. I hope you all have a great night's sleep. And let me go through the super chats quick. Blue-Eyed Candy, thank you so much. Sweet PB, thank you. Code, Gabby, Taylor, Les, Amanda B, Constance B, Sherry B, Candy 420, GG, Big Red, Blue-Eyed Candy, Tina Skullscar, and Criddle. Thank you all so much. I appreciate that. Please hit that subscribe and the like button on your way out, and I hope that everybody has a great night. Cheers, everyone.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life.